Good morning and welcome back to the apocalypse and to a little bit of a base tour now that I've spent a day organizing the base a little bit. Slept a little bit in, but that kind of the whole caffeine pills, completely removing tiredness, kind of screwed over everything. So we got a lovely little sleeping room here, bedroom, tent room, with our bookshelves in the back, having all the stuff. Also, hang on. I need to put this back on and put my reading glasses in there. Reading glasses actually give you 10% reading speed. Kind of nice. Then over here, we have our up-and-coming kitchen, where all our food that we can use for cooking is in there. I'm just gonna actually also eat some oats. Out here, the generator that was at the hunter cabin and the garage, we got that in there. And then I did pick up some of the trash that was on the ground, but not all of it. I think the top floor is completely cleared of trash though. The problem is we don't have a trash can to actually delete it, so I just stuffed it everywhere, under the couch as you do. And then back in the garage over here, which is dark and doesn't actually have light. Some light in. We moved some boxes from upstairs here, so we have storage. We have like all our crafting tools, all our bags, spare monies, spare lighters, car stuff, and then fishing and farming stuff. Then back here, this is all food that is basically for on the road, not what we're using for cooking upstairs, but just food, weapons, ammo, and electrical stuff. And while we're looking at the electrical stuff, it's about time we finally make that toolbox, because I did find some stuff to disassemble, so we actually are electrical level 3 now. What do we need? We need a surface. What do you mean we haven't learned the recipe? Oh no. Okay. Guess we're not making the toolbox. I was going to, make the toolbox and then we can make the electrical workbench, but apparently we need to find something. So, I had different plans for today. I wanted to, do a little bit of a base episode and running around and picking up, maybe trying to pick up a bed somewhere, maybe picking up a fridge or something, but I guess, I'm not saying we're burning anything, I'm just, keeping that here as a safety option. What else do we currently have? Yeah, it's a very, very limited inventory, which I kind of like. Let's grab a weapon. Let's roll the Magnum, which cannot take the gunlight, and I don't think it can not take the pistol sight. Can only take the scope. Increase short range accuracy. That sounds like a really bad idea. And then we're gonna need some 44 Magnum rounds. And that's only 20 bullets in each box. That is basically nothing. So, let's talk about the Riverside tool warehouse, where, I kind of was considering going there, and then thought, maybe not this time. That has a bunch of vents outside, because that factory is called the Electrolux factory. So they have a bunch of electrical stuff in there. That's one of the best places to find the How to Use Generators magazine, which we don't need because we know that already. But I'm thinking if there's any good place to find a book that tells us how to make the electrical engineer's toolbox, that's gotta be the place. Now, I don't want to do a big old burn there. So what I'm thinking is we drive up near that place, herd the zombies away from the parking lot and do some ninja looting in the vehicles. And if necessary, in the factory to get a freaking welding mask I've been talking about for the last 9 episodes. Also, I was thinking about checking out this little thing, because the same thing at our previous little base at the gas station. It actually had some decent stuff in it, but there was like 10 too many zombies there to worry about it. Let me just check one thing quickly. So I was checking quickly. There's a sound setting in the options for the vehicle engine sound. So I always thought that it's way too quiet. This is now the loudest setting, as loud as it goes in the menu. You can kind of at least hear that I'm driving a vehicle. Anyway. Okay. Just park here, turn off the engine. Okay. Like, the gas station looks kinda empty-ish. I know there's a bunch of zombies right across, but if we can sneak, by sneak I mean walk, in there and maybe grab a few things before all hell breaks loose here. Most importantly, of course, the ice cream. I'm just gonna ransack that place quickly here. It's not what we're here for, actually, but we have the storage space. Settings, kinda Read the map from Tiki Town. I think it's bigger every time I look at it. Targeting, okay. It's just because I was moving. I was thinking like, oh, it's not getting any smaller there. Sure, we take all of this. We have a tire pump. Yeah, we have all the other stuff. Actually, do we have luck wrench? Tire iron? I don't know. Now we do. Okay. One of them at least saw me. Trying to figure out if that's a survivor group that just spawned there, but then, yeah, they spawned on the grass, not on the road, so unlikely. Now, how's the parking lot looking? A little bit more busy. Just a scooch more busy than the gas station. grouping up here, they're grouping up there, leaving me a nice opening to run straight into the hordes in the parking lot. Isn't that nice? Also, that guy keeps breathing down my neck. We might actually do a little bit of this here. Best success so far. In terms of even finding open cars. Okay, I need all of you all get away from the parking lot and potentially from that factory down there. So we're gonna do a little experiment in volume, in gun volume. I mean, a Magnum should have a punch. Definitely getting the attention of all zombies from most of these areas. From many of these areas, okay. So the plan, and I use the word plan very loosely here, is to come around the storage facility and just swoop around one time. I'm gonna do one more shot here. Now, we also have the mod active where, you know, zombies banging on a fence will attract other zombies that will join the bang. It's gonna be a big banging adventure. Raising. Ooh. My plan was to go through there. There's a lot of zombies behind the facility. This is yeah, gonna require a little bit of dodging and weaving, I think. See? Don't even need high tailoring to weave. Yeah, just like that. You know what I forgot to do? I didn't refill my water. Let's hope that lasts us a little bit longer. And then we'll have to see how much we actually pulled away here from the warehouse and from the parking lot. But we kinda lost most of our followers. That there's still these groups up there. It doesn't fill me with too much hope if that was enough work. But to be fair, it was barely any work. We got a couple of friends here on the backside. Is that open up a door or window here? Do we have an open door? Foraging mode. Just into whisper because I don't want to attract any zombies. I mean, this is a gold mine. Just need to find the gold nuggets. Actually, that's still some water in it. Given our water situation, we need that. I think I also lost my other dust mask at some point. I'm gonna need a bucket. Tape we know is good. Spade to collect stuff like sand and clay. Definitely grab a club hammer for mining stuff. Yeah, like if we had parked any closer and if this an area was free, I would be looting way more stuff, obviously. I'm kinda trying to keep it together here, not get too excited about everything and just take the stuff we need, or that's I know is hard to find. Welding book is nice, never welding torch. Still looking for the welding mask. Concentrated here on what we find and also trying to listen if there's anybody on the other side of the wall here, since we're kind of making loud footsteps. It's getting full. There's the welder mask. Okay, we're in business. How we're looking weight-wise. We sling a full propane tank into our satchel without getting over encumbered. We can. We are good now. It's basically all I was looking for. Well, and that magazine we were talking about. These hatches are just looking at me like, you really gonna ignore us? And I'm like, yeah, sorry guys, but this is not hatchet country. You for now. Just trying to keep my weight, my carry weight that is, at a reasonable level. Iron pipes. You can find them directly without having to disassemble stuff. Even better. Like we could just probably just sit here and make a pipe bomb if we needed to. Okay, but I think that one idea is I'm gonna just check the last few things here. You know, we might just swap an empty canteen for a not empty one. Reason to carry around 4 canteens, but always nice to have a little bit of water at least. So never welder mask. Am I gonna lose that? How often do I lose my welding mask? Yeah, that would put us overweight. So we're getting sad because we're stressed out from all the zombies banging on walls somewhere. Not leave this behind. Also would like to. I know we have some garbage bags back at base. Just thought, you know, can always use a few extra. But it's fine. More propane here. I mean, we will eventually come back once we clear out this area. This was supposed to be a ninja loot run, and that's exactly what we achieved. Oh, an old stove. Yeah. Gotta heat up a place. I mean, okay, it's July. It's not that urgent, but still. Okay. Take a look outside. Oh. Okay, that was not quite what I expected. Let's see if we can find anything of value here. These vans. Why do they, like, what kind of company locks up all their vans? Probably every kind of company. Oh, there was something. Video timer. Would you need a radio for gorillas? Nobody knows. Now, I'm not actually sure if that magazine, that recipe we're looking for the toolbox can be found in these vans. Like, what kind of loot tables was it added to with that mod? I thought this would be our best chance. I don't know what we could do here. I don't like seeing the sad face. Let's just eat some ice cream while we have 100 zombies following us, yeah? And then we're gonna... see if I can convince you to not be at the parking lot. Too many already falling behind. Don't think there's much point here. Can we squeeze? Okay. A good thing that is close, probably. That would have been a terrible idea. Just, yeah, we take the shortcut. Okay, there's multiple zombies banging on that door. Yeah, hard low. So I think we just do the sprint around the back of the building, similar to what we did at the storage place. And then do another quick tour of the parking lots and see if we can find something. Still way more zombies here than I would have expected. I thought they would have all followed me on the previous iteration. How's it looking? There's zombies at the vents. I don't think I ever checked this one. Nothing. And this one, also nothing. Am I getting sad again? Too much stress from zombies banging on doors and windows. Or maybe I'm sad because I'm not finding the recipe I need. Nope. All the no. This is a little bit stressful, I'm just not gonna lie here. Well, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We now have the means. What I mentioned before. We can get ourselves more iron pipes. We have a welding mask, we have propane, a bunch of welding torches, and we even have a propane tank to refill them. We're gonna head back to base. Get a good night's rest. And then in the morning, we're gonna go on a iron pipe gathering adventure and see how many pipe bombs we can craft up. And then we're gonna come back and explode the whole place. Alright, I'll see you in the morning. Right, it is the next morning, and I just wanted to show off a quick little difference with that wonderful bucket we found yesterday. And some of that bleach I've been collecting. Cleaned up this room, cleaned up this floor. Isn't that a night and day difference? Yeah, we still have the graffiti there. Yeah, there's still cracks in the wall, but hey, it's home. Okay, it's still a lot of more cleanup to do, but one miracle at a time. Also, I think, yeah, we no longer get the corpse stink in here. I think the corpse is mostly despawned at this point from our initial cleanup. It's still kind of weird, this place, right? That in some instances I have light switches that work and, you know, light up the place, and in other instances I don't. It's kind of very inconsistent. Well, we're gonna do some welding. This actually, oh, actually I should eat this before it goes bad. We're not gonna get any XP. You only get welding XP for dismantling car wrecks, and I'm not even sure we came across any or too many car wrecks so far. But we're mostly on the hunt for faucets, bathtubs, that kind of stuff. And while we're out there, we're gonna be on the lookout for anything we want to bring back to base in terms of furniture. So let's check out this place here. I mean, yeah, maybe we want a dryer later on, but it's definitely not priority. Now we have carpentry free just from watching, like, no, I didn't bring a hammer. Okay, I guess we're not taking that bed today. We can, however, get ourselves a proper oven. Just quickly sling that under our offhand, as you do. That's how we carry an oven, right? What kind of fridge do we have? It's not my first choice. Pick up, please. Too heavy for inventory. Yeah, right. That should work. Once again, drag it under the offhand. And I was complaining about not having a trash can, so we'll take this too. The light switch. You need electrical 5 to pick up a light switch? Interesting. Even 0.5. I think they used to be like weight 5 or so, the green garbage bags. Okay, anyway. How's the bathroom looking? Let's see. I mean, of course we will. First of all, let's fill up our canteen. With no welding skill whatsoever, there might be a good chance that we're not getting all that much stuff here. Please, not a welding torch, that's a screwdriver. It's no wonder you don't get anything. Okay. Zinc, maybe? Not getting anything from the bathtub is actually real bad. This might require a change of plans here. Because, you know, this stuff is limited. Oh, you know what's not limited? Beer cans. How did I miss this when I was going through this house? Yeah, so maybe we need to change plans. Find some cars to disassemble. In which case I should definitely read that welding book first. In which case our ample supply of propane is not gonna last that much long, that long. Because we probably want to get like 1 or 2 levels before we disassemble any more utilities. You know, I think we're gonna turn this from a welding trip into a furniture collection trip. Just to get a little bit more done before we sit in base and read a book all day. And since we have the car out already, let's head up to the general store area and get some stuff from there. Some really well, we have 2 car racks right at our base, right? Those are racks we can disassemble, but we need, I think, like 6 for level 1 and then another 12 or so for level 2. I should have totally picked up a hammer, so we can actually try to pick up beds. I'm not even sure what kind of furniture we're going to collect without a hammer. I'm well organized today. let's see what we have up in the buildings here. I guess one thing I definitely wanted was doorknobs, door hinges, because we definitely need some of those. And we can always pick up more stuff from here. Sure. Now that we have more room. Let's work on that base a little bit. Seem to remember some of these were tool related, so maybe we find a hammer here somewhere to make up for my lack of planning. All the tools, no hammers. Here that I missed the last time around? No. So, just to confirm. Yeah, I'm gonna need a hammer. Stone hammer would work. We don't need a saw to pick this up. I mean, a stone hammer is something we can quickly whip up. Now though, let's grab a lamp. We can use that to light up the garage. So I can probably filling up this car very quickly. Yeah, already at 105 here. Still. Is that not a stone? No. Is that a large stone? Stone? It's a stone. Right. Stone. Then we need a log, tree branch. It's just twigs. And that's a log. Those are twigs. We need something in between here. Yeah. I think we might also need some rack or so. I'm gonna need a crafting surface. And we need maintenance level 1. Damn it. It's actually really tricky. Like, we're not leveling up maintenance because we're not attacking anything with melee weapons. There's gonna be a problem for a lot of the crafting stuff. I don't know. I don't need to figure out how we can level up maintenance just by crafting stuff. You might remember we had a pickaxe at some point, which was in a bad condition. So I took off the pickaxe, I took a long handle, and then the game said, yeah, but you need maintenance level 2 to attach that handle to the head. So now we have a pickaxe head in the base, and not a pickaxe. No littering, please. Yeah, this is all fully prepared. I don't want to drive back home empty-handed just yet, so we're gonna do. Well, we're still gonna probably end up driving home empty-handed. Let me have another look at this car though. I think this had a couple tools in it. Definitely no hammer. I guess we don't need this stuff anymore. So, instead of driving back to base and getting the hammer, which might be a reasonable thing to do, but when I'm back to base, I might as well then sit down and read the books. But instead, I think we're gonna do a little exploration here. See what we have down this road. See if there's any car wrecks for future disassemble tasks. And how the local farming houses are looking zombie population wise. Medium parcel. You know, that's the kind of friends you need. That sent you a bottle and a carton of wine. Being like 7 zombies down there. Is that a... Sure, is that like a little fishing house? I don't think I've ever seen this place. No, did I just put you away? Okay, all good. I was very concerned that I went out without a pistol. Now, okay, we get 7 zombies here, and then 17-ish down there. Can we take this? I think we'll try. Let's see if we can loot 2 buildings and clear them just by pew-pew. And for some reason you didn't actually equip the pistol. Stuff. 3 shots. I was expecting a little bit more from the Magnum. Not gonna lie. Maybe it's better at range than the other pistols we used so far. Shots, 6 kills. Would be nice. Didn't get it. Okay. We can reliably, more or less, kill 4 per reload. It's not terrible. For some reason, it's much easier for me to count to 6 than it is to count to 5. Make of that what you will. If you wanna really continue this, then it's time to actually pop one of these pills here. Big chill pill. So my initial plan of not killing them on the road kinda stopped very quickly here. Probably take a look here how many we actually have following us. I think it's manageable. I can't like 43. So what do we have in the gun, and then 7 reloads left. Six left. Reloads. More bullets, yeah? Come on. Okay. A quick look through the corpses here. Something interesting. Like, we don't need any more electrical skill, as far as I know at least. Well, maybe we need a certain electrical skill and then we can auto-learn the recipe for the toolbox. I'm gonna look that up between episodes, like if where you can, where's the best chance to find it, and how else you can learn it if you don't find the recipe. It's like they all followed us. We might have 2 nicely cleaned up houses here to loot here. This time I did turn off the car, so I'm not gonna have zombies sitting around that vehicle with its engine running. Yeah, so one guy outside the house here. At least. I'll say at least. Ooh. Another pickup. Big one. On its way going. Ooh, we can maybe grab the barbecue. You're gonna be a fake dad. Zombie behind me there. How many more are we attracting here? Because I'm not sure how much ammo we have left. 10 bullets plus 6 in a weapon. It's not a lot. Let me do a little bit of cheese. Bullets. Yep. Hold on there. Just stay down. Stop resisting. Well, saying that was basically all our magnum ammo that we used today. The idea of getting a proper TV for our place. Also earmarking yet another bathtub here for future disassembly. Grab the fresh ice cream while we can get it. Put the TV in the backpack and put the table in that little side satchel. It's just regular Zomboid things. Barbecue starter fluid. Oh, I've seen that. We don't need the grill brush, but it just feels wrong to not have it. Bring a bunch of stuff here back to the car, and then we can check out the other house and that other vehicle over there. TV won't fit anymore now. Just get rid of a bunch of the other stuff here. So, kind of cutting down on our encumbrance a little bit. Chuck the TV in the passenger seat. Seven bullets is what we have left here. Let's hope there are no more zombies back at the other house. Is this a different... yeah, this is a four-seater, right? Ooh, nice. Nice extra amount of storage space. And the key. It has gas. Storage capacity 100. I feel like there was maybe also a bug I read about that, like every car has 130 or can't have more than 130 or something like that. Good. Take the apricot. Don't. That's right next to that dead rat. Have a needle at home already. Nothing else we need here. Very cramped bathroom. Ooh, that is not a good sign. So the engine is a little bit in a poor condition. We can work on mechanics. Now the question is, how do we get you home? I think we're gonna drive this puppy to the main road. This. How bad are we actually looking at here? Oops, 35 engine. Yeah, okay. Bit of a fixer-upper. Just like our base. So, and thanks to Zomboid towing mechanics, towing backwards is always going to be better than towing forwards. Just going to be a little bit awkward driving long distances like that. Let's see how it goes. If this doesn't work out, then we can always bring our sports car and tow with that, because for some reason that should work better. But now this is reasonable. I don't think we're going to tow all the way back to base. I think we're just going to tow to the gas station. Definitely going to tow to the gas station, fill it up. Fill both vehicles up again. As long as we still have power. Kinda makes sense to actually then also, yeah, keep on towing. At least to the highway, and then we can fine. Works. Fill up. Where's your? Ouch. Okay. Oh. Can't reach the place to unhook it. Unhook him. Put up here. Yeah, you know what? I think we're gonna just drive this back to base and then we walk back here and get the other one. I left the engine running, not fantastic. Well, I could then come back with a hammer. Also, I don't like a zombie out here. Right behind our base. Okay, where are all these guys coming from? Well, 4 bullets left, 3 zombies. Well, that's a challenge. Don't shoot until you see the white on their teeth. Concerned. Yeah, we could, you know, then walk back to the other car with a hammer and see if we can get some beds and other furniture, but we're completely full on storage space. So that's gotta have to wait for another day. Not a fan of the zombies guarding the stop sign there. Might have to clean up, but for that we're gonna need a new pistol. Different pistol. I think we're gonna grab the 38 again. Put you away. You're up. 22 rounds. 22 rounds. What's right here? It's crazy that there's zombies there. I guess I never explored this back road here. Now, thinking about leveling welding. I'm gonna have to find a place with a bunch of car wrecks that is easy to reach and, you know, doesn't have too many zombies, where we can then level up. Now my go-to places are the crossroads south of Muldraw, although that usually has a couple zombies. And then there's the West Point bridge towards LV. Which is a mixed bag. Sometimes it's completely empty of zombies, sometimes you can find a couple there. 3 zombies here when we came through. I don't want to clear this up. And then there's also, in terms of car wrecks, any sort of salvage yards. Riverside has one, but these definitely have a couple zombies in them. The big one near Irvington, but that's all very far away. I guess the Riverside one is still kind of the closest, but I don't see us being able to get in there. The alternative is then just driving around along random roads and hoping to find a couple. Oh my goodness, there's a stove in here. You know, I thought I'd go into one of these random derelict buildings. Sometimes even a pointless place has treasure. There's a bathtub here. Oh, that is treasure. So yeah, what I'm gonna do now, we're gonna head back to base. I'm gonna spend a day reading through the welding book, disassembling the 2 cars we have in the backyard, and then just also sorting out the loot we picked up today. You know, placing the fridge and the oven, the barbecue up on the roof. That's a lot of, you know, walking down to the car, walking back up again. And the next thing we want to do is probably going to grab our fire axe that we looted at some point. Chop down a couple of trees for some planks. Because I would really like to get a door back in here on this side. And maybe get a couple barricades on these windows. And also, I don't think we have a door at our actual bedroom, tent room. And maybe do some more base cleanup, but that's already sounding like way more work than what I can get done in 24 hours or so. And then next episode, I will have figured out how to best get that electrical magazine, because I really want to get that toolbox crafted. You know, that was the whole point of this run, to play with these extra bomb mods. But for now, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get working on this. And we're gonna put a cut in here. So, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time.